Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of Grim Scenarios. We got the number right this week. My excellent co-host, Emma. I, of course, am your other host, Milk. And how you doing, everybody? How you doing, Emma?
It's definitely not very late at night, and I definitely don't want to be sleeping right now.
It's definitely not very late at night. We definitely don't want to be sleeping. We're definitely not excited for Magicians, Gamblers, and Drunks.
No, we are excited for Mission.
We are very excited for Magicians, Gamblers, and Drunks, Las Vegas Clocktower Con, coming up next week. This week. It's coming up this week. My goodness.
It's like literally in 2 days, Milk. I don't know why you're saying you're so confused.
I'm actually leaving today. I'm getting on an airplane and flying to Las Vegas today.
All right, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. We are going to be doing a little SNV for y'all. Sex and Violence, a good script. Let me pop it out over here. We are going to be talking about a couple of different characters, and we're going to look at a kind of specific scenario in part 2 today. But we'll get to that in a little while. Emma, do you want to talk about our first scenario?
Yeah, first we're going to talk about playing an outsider in Sex and Violence, particularly the good old Klutz.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that it would be important to do a character that fits Milk's personality.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
So Milk, tell me a little bit about your thoughts about the Klutz. And for those who don't know, the Klutz's ability is when you learn that you died, publicly choose one alive player. If they are evil, your team loses.
I think the Klutz is a character that scares newer players, especially when they see the token. You know, when you pull Butler on Trouble Brewing or Recluse, you know, it's okay. Like, you might get killed, you might get sussed out as the demon, you know, or a minion, but really you're probably not going to cause your team to lose the game, or you're not going to feel like you've caused your team to lose the game. Even as the Saint in Trouble Brewing, you can kind of, you know, you don't really have control over whether town kills you to some extent. Like, you can play as socially good as you want and town might still kill you, you know, because they just think you're the demon. The Klutz, I think, is the first character that we've really talked about on the podcast, and I think it's the first character that players interact with that can feel a little bit individually like you've lost the game by yourself to some extent. You know, that you have caused your team to lose and it's sort of all your fault. And I want to talk about getting away from that mentality. I don't think that's right. I don't think a player who Klutz picks an evil has lost the game for their team on their own, because often players won't share information with outsiders. And if there's information that can help a Klutz make a good pick, maybe someone should give them that. Now, the Klutz is further hampered by the fact that Fangu is on the script. And because Fangu is on the script, it means that outsiders probably have to hide who they are to some extent. So a Klutz might be in a double claim. There's a lot that could happen.
Yeah, which is all, of course, very tricky.
Yeah. Like
so
the
let's
barber,
talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the Fangu problem for the Klutz, because the Klutz needs to figure out who they can trust.
That's right.
And it's hard to build trust, of course, when you're lying to people.
Very difficult.
And the threat of the Fangu, of course, encourages the Klutz to lie. So how do you balance those things, Milk?
As with any time you're going to lie about some information, you want to try to do as little damage as possible to town from the start. And in doing so, in trying to do as little damage as possible, you also need to listen, right? Like, if you talk to a mathematician, right, and the mathematician on day 2 or day 3 is giving you a positive mathematician number, you might start to be willing to out your roll a little bit more. If you aren't hearing a lot of outsider claims other than yourself, or if players are dying and there don't seem to be outsiders who have died, you might start to think maybe there's not extra outsiders in this game. If there's not a lot of double claims going on, right? Double claims can be caused by the Serenovas, but they can also be caused by outsiders like the mutant, or the sweetheart or the barber or the klutz also, but mutant specifically. Double claiming townsfolk roles. So if there's not a whole lot of double claims going on, you might not be in a game with a ton of outsiders, in which case you might be safe to start trusting other players as much as possible, as you socially can.
Okay, so with that in mind, let's go to the Grim and see what we have set up for you, Milk.
Let's go.
Okay. So, Milk, I'm going to tell you that on night one, you were woken up and told that you were made mad that you were the mathematician.
Oh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. What do you think you want to do with that?
I'll probably. I have some options. I will probably go along with the madness. I prefer to go along with madness personally, and as an outsider, there's no reason for me to not go along with madness because a townsfolk would. And if it is a Fangu game, and I want to avoid being Fangu jumped, like the good player that I am, trying not to turn evil, because I'm trying to give advice for people who aren't me. That I will go along with this because a good townsfolk with a good, strong, powerful townsfolk role probably would play along with madness. So I'll probably go ahead and just claim mathematician to everyone, and I'll probably claim a math 0 because a math 0 is one of the more likely things that a mathematician can claim. The evil team's going to know it's a lie, so it doesn't really matter what I claim for the evil team's purposes, and I certainly don't want to flag madness in any way.
Okay, good to know.
I think it's unlikely that the storyteller is going to kill me off of this madness unless I break very hard. Or unless it's extremely useful for the evil team. Because as a klutz, I am less likely to end the game and hit an evil player the earlier that I go, the earlier that I die. That said, I'm happy to just claim mathematician and see where it gets me.
Okay. So, I tell you that as you wake up, seat 12 wants to speak to you.
Let's talk, seat 12.
Seat 12 goes, "Hey, Milk, I have an important question for you. Are you the klutz?"
No, I am the mathematician.
So, pit hag it is, aren't you, Milk?
No, I'm the mathematician, and I got a 0 last night, which could mean we're in a Vortox game if you got incorrect information.
They go, "Or you're the pit hag."
That's fair. You can think I'm a pit hag if you want, but I'm not. I'm just the mathematician.
Okay. So you learned something very important from this conversation, Milk.
Yeah, I learned that the
one
player
point.
In seat
What is
12,
it?
I learned that the player in seat 12 is almost certainly the dreamer, and has seen me as my role or the pit hag. I could at this moment break madness and pick that and hope that I die and try to pick that player. That player is almost certainly not an evil player. There's basically no way for an evil player to know my role.
Okay. I will give you 1 point for that. So the answer I was looking for is you learned it wasn't a Vortox game.
I also know it's not a Vortox game. Yeah, I think the storyteller is less likely to kill me because I'm selling a Vortox world also.
It creates a very powerful confirmation chain if they kill you, right?
Yes.
So that means that there's, it's not a Vortox, so that
which means there's
a
greater chance of a Fangu.
That's true.
But this is useful information. It also suggests the possibility that there is a pit hag in play. If pit haggings come out later, I would be more frameable as the pit hag.
All right. Excellent. Well, Milk, I'm going to let you have 2 more conversations of your choice today.
Now let's talk to seat 3.
Seat 3 says, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What do you feel like sharing, Milk?
I'm the mathematician. I've gotten a 0, but I have reason to believe it might be a Vortox game, so I'm actually a pretty good. I'm probably a pretty good kill for today to feed to the Vortox. Math info in a Vortox game isn't that helpful.
They go, interesting, good to know. They go, yeah.
Tell me anything about you.
Just, pay attention to your noms and votings. I probably care about that, maybe.
Fair enough. All right, that sounds good. Maybe a town crier or flower girl. Who knows?
All right, you get one more conversation today.
Oh, let's go for seat 6. 6 is half of 12.
Seat 6. Seat 6 tells you, hey, how's it going, Milk?
Hello, seat 6.
They go, what do you feel like doing?
I'm happy to tell you that I'm the mathematician with a 0, and I have reason to believe it might be a Vortox game, which makes me somewhat expendable in this specific situation.
They go, great. I'm gonna spend seamstress. I just got a guess between two players. It's not super important.
It might be useful to know. Would you mind sharing with me one of the players?
They go, rather not. I want to see what happens to them in the night, and I don't want to give away to the evil team that there's a confirmed good player.
I'm going to push for my own death today, to be honest. So I'm happy for you to not tell me today and tell me tomorrow. But I would love to have that information.
They go, we'll think about that in the future. But right
Okay,
now,
that sounds good.
we're just hiding things.
Okie dokie. All right.
All right.
Those are my conversations. I got maybe a town crier, fortune, flower girl. I've got a seamstress that doesn't want to share info, which is fair enough, and I've got a dreamer, and the game is almost certainly not Vortox.
Okay, you get back to town, and people say, so we got twins.
Hmm.
Seat 5 and seat 11 go, yep, we're both the juggler. The other one of us is, of course, the evil twin.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Where's my twin reminder?
Okay.
Oh, I can only have one twin reminder? That's rude.
All this information, Milk, I'm going to ask you a question, which is, do you want to be executed today?
So that's a great question, Emma. Me being executed today allows us to start working on the outsider count. It removes a potential Fangu target, and I have someone that I am certain is a good player. The further
that sounds like a pretty good argument to kill you, right?
Yeah, the further we go into this game, the harder it's going to be for me as the klutz to get killed. Now there's often a desire from klutzes to get killed early. It does mean killing off a good player. I know it's not Vortox. If this is a Fangu game, eliminating a Fangu jump target is a good thing. And if it's a Nodashi game, identifying the location where Nodashis can be is also really, really important. So I actually do think playing as a good player and not as an outsider trying to get Fangu jumped and change to the evil team, I do actually think I would like to be executed today, and I would probably nominate myself for that purpose.
You nominate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that seat 10 nominates seat 2, saying they claimed my role. Seat 2 then nominates seat 10 back and says, I was lying, but I've heard you claimed someone else's role. Seat 5 juggles that seat 9 is the artist, seat 7 is the barber, seat 6 is the oracle, and seat 3 is the town crier.
Okay.
Seat 11 juggled. Seat 1 is the clockmaker. Seat 4 is the flower girl. Seat 7 is the barber. Seat 9 as the artist. And seat 10 as the mathematician.
Okay. Seat 7 and Seat 9 have both been juggled as the same thing by both of the twin jugglers. So I am happy to say that I'm happy to say that those might be their roles. They might just both be open.
Okay.
I don't know why a barber would be open about their role at this point, but whatever.
All right. Well, I will tell you that the town rejects your plea to execute them and instead executes seat 10 for being in a double claim.
I can't break madness to save them. The storyteller probably won't save them here.
Oh no, the storyteller's not going to save them. We don't even have to discuss that.
Yeah. And well, just like for the audience's perspective, like me breaking madness here is probably not going to do anything. And I don't want to out that I'm the klutz yet because I don't want to end up in a situation where the demon jumps to me because I'm trying to play for good. So that's fine.
I have a sneaking suspicion, Milk, that you're going to die on approximately day or night 3 or 4.
What a surprise when it's really, really hard for me to have confirmed good players.
That night, you are woken and told the Serenovus has told you to be mad as the mathematician.
All right, I will continue to be mad as the mathematician.
Sorry. Seed 1, when you woke up in the morning, you're told Seed 1 is dead.
All right. I want to talk to Seat 12.
Okay. Seed 12 is busy talking to another player. Try again.
All right, let's go to... let's talk to Seat 4.
All right, you go and talk to Seat 4. Seat 4 is pretty cagey. They don't share anything interesting with you.
Interesting.
You leave the conversation realizing that they did a lot of talking and none of it was even close to a claim.
Interesting.
They discussed roles, but they didn't really make any sorts of claims.
I, of course, claimed a mathematician with another 0.
Okay.
All right, let's try Seat 9, since Seat 4 has just wasted my time.
Seat 9 says, yep, I'm the artist. I decided to ask whether my neighbors were both good and got a yes, so I'm pretty sad we killed Seat 10 yesterday. I tried to prevent it.
Okay. I'll just say, well, I got a math 0. I thought maybe that meant that it could be a Vortox game, but I'm thinking it's probably not a Vortox game, so I think your information is probably just good, since I am, of course, good and the mathematician. Do you know what Seat 10 was claiming?
They were claiming mathematician, so this is weird for me.
That's really strange. Well, maybe they were lying. Don't know.
Okay. You can have one more conversation.
Let's try to catch C2.
C2 says, hey, how's it going, Milk?
Hey, I heard you were in a double claim with C10.
Yeah, they are lying, and I've heard there's an Oracle 1 out there, so I'm pretty sure they're just evil.
Oh, interesting.
I'm the mathematician.
Okay.
I have a 0.
You're a math with a 0. That's crazy. I am also a math with a 0.
They go, oh no, not another double claim.
How strange.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should kill one of us since we're both in a double claim.
They go, maybe. So I think, from what I've heard, a lot of people want to kill Seat 3 today. They think Seat 3 is almost certainly a minion.
I haven't heard that, but sure, that seems possible.
Yeah, that's all your conversations for the day. So players who haven't talked yet, of course, are either Twin, Seat 6 and Seat 7, and the dead players. When you get back to town, there's a strong push to execute Seat 3. They're nominated by Seat 6. The accusation is, it seems like Seat 3 messed up their bluff. They were telling people to watch out for votes and nominations yesterday. It appears they were going for a town crier bluff, but they've been dreamt as a flower girl. Plus, there's an Oracle 1 on Seat 10, and they're claiming no minions nominated yesterday, which we think is wrong, because we were pretty sure Seat 10's a minion. So we just want to kill Seat 3 today.
Why do we think Seat 10's a minion?
Because there's an Oracle 1 on them, Milk, and they're in a double claim. Actually, a triple claim, because I've heard you're also claiming mathematician.
Yeah, I'm the mathematician. I don't know what either of these two other jokers are doing. weird.
So you must think seat 10 is evil.
No, I think seat 2 is probably evil. We should probably kill seat 2.
They go, you agree that seat 10 can't be the mathematician, right?
Yeah, seat 10's definitely not the mathematician. I'm the mathematician.
Well, they're insisting they're the mathematician who's dead in an Oracle 1 milk. What is the argument they're not evil?
I mean, could just be that the player in seat 2 is the evil one.
Well, then where's my Oracle 1?
Oh, are you the Oracle? Seat 6?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's just not what you claimed to me.
They go, I lied to you. Okay, people do that in this game.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't know what's going on with you in C2. I assume one of you was lying for your own purposes. C10's definitely evil, however, and C3 is evil for not. For trying to cover for them and for being treated incorrectly.
All right, that seems fine. Seat 3 messed up their bluff, is what you're saying.
Yeah, a lot of people vote on seat 3.
I don't.
Who is executed and dies. And the game continues. That night, you are made mad that you are the mathematician.
Yeah, there's still Serenovus around.
You wake up and no one has died in the night. You can have 3 conversations today.
Yeah, that's probably bad. Let's talk to seat 11.
All right. Seat 11 goes, how's it going, Milk? Thanks for talking to me. I'm in a twin pair. I was afraid people would leave me out.
No, I'm going to talk to both of you. Interested in hearing what's going on. So you're the twin juggler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I always love to talk to twins. I think it's an interesting mechanic to interact with. So you've got information then.
Yeah, I juggled seat 1 as the clockmaker, seat 10 as the mathematician, seat 9 as the artist, and seat 7 as the barber. I got a 3. Obviously, it's seat 10 that I didn't juggle right because they're just evil, probably a minion, which of course lines up with seat 3 being the demon and seat 5 being the clockmaker 2.
Except we killed seat
1.
3 yesterday, and they didn't.
Yeah. And no one died at the night, and I'm in a twin pair, so
yeah.
We just kill seat 5. There's a clock 2 pointing from them to seat 3. And
the
that's
clockmaker has a 2.
Yeah. And they died in the night, so I trust them. And I juggled them correctly, so I also trust them.
That makes sense. And then seat 10 is the other minion.
Yeah, seat 10 and seat 5 are the minion, seat 3 is the demon. That's my solve. You cannot believe me because I'm a twin, but I think the information is lining up pretty good for this.
Pretty good. Sounds good to me. Let's see. Let's check out what's going on with seat 5, I think. I'll just talk to the other twin just to see what's going on.
Seat 5 goes, I think I'm being stitched up pretty bad here, Milk. I, of course, juggled seat 9 as the artist, seat 3 as the town crier, seat 6 as the oracle, seat 7 as the barber, and seat 2 as the mathematician. I got a 3. Apparently, the clockmaker.
Can you tell me your number again? Sorry.
I got a 3 on seat 9 as the artist, seat 7 as the barber, seat 6 as the oracle, seat 3 is the town crier, and seat 2 is the mathematician. None of them are backing down.
I think seat 2 might be the mutant.
They go...
Who do you think the minions are?
Well, I know seat 11. I know seat 11 is a minion. I've heard there's a clockmaker 2, which I can't make with the world everyone seems to be in of seat 10 and seat 3 being the evil team with seat 11. It just doesn't work.
I agree. I don't think seat 10 and seat 3 can be evil with the player in seat 11.
And I know it points to me being evil, so I don't know what's going on here, Milk.
What do you think your juggler? What do you think your juggler 3 is? So you think seat 9 is the artist, seat 7 is the barber. Everybody seems to agree with those.
Everyone seems to be agreeing with those. I'm wondering if I don't know. My others are seat 6 is the oracle or seat 3 is the town crier. I don't know which one of those is the good one. I'm lost. I think we're going to execute me today and lose the game.
I think we should execute seat 6.
They go, okay.
Well, it's
All right,
just
Milk, you go.
the problem is seat 11's information doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because seat 11 is saying that between seat 10 and seat 3 there has to be a minion, and I know for a fact that there's no minion because I've been Ceranovus mad for the last 3 days.
They go. Okay. The storyteller's not here. They don't hear you say this.
That's fine. I'm going to say it in front of town anyway.
All right, you have one more conversation, Milk.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's talk to the demon probably in seat 4.
They're not available. You've already talked to them.
Oh, they were cagey. They wouldn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
I guess we can talk to the mutant over in seat 2. No, we already talked to them too. Let's talk to the barber in seat 7.
All right, they go. Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Just
you're the
vibing
barber,
here as the
huh?
barber. Yeah, just vibing.
Huh. Just the barber.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds plausible.
Dreamed correctly last night as the barber or the witch, which I don't think we have a witch in play, so I'm just the barber.
The barber or the witch? Huh. Yeah, I don't think we have a witch in play either. So you're just the barber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess you can be the barber. It's a little weird for you to be the barber with, seat 2 probably being a mutant. Maybe it's a Fangu game. You think there's another hidden outsider somewhere?
They go. I don't know what seat 2 is. They are the mathematician, as far as I know.
But seat 10 was claiming mathematician. And I'm also claiming mathematician.
evil. Everyone says seat 10's evil. You have to agree seat 10's evil. Everyone knows seat 10's evil.
Why do I have to agree that seat 10's evil?
Oracle 1.
Oracle could be lying, or Nodashi poisoned.
The seat 11, who's the twin I trust, juggled them, and didn't line up with their number. It seems just pretty locked and key that seat 10's evil. I think we just kill seat 5 here and win the game.
Interesting. Okay, well that sounds really plausible. I'd rather kill seat 6.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go back to town.
All right. Well, seat 6 nominates you.
Oh, great.
Seat 6 says, I can't figure out what's going on here. I got another 1 last night, which doesn't make sense because seat 10 and seat 3 are obviously a minion and a demon in most of my worlds. The best thing I can think of is somehow I'm being Nodashi poisoned by milk, because seat 7 I understand is a confirmed outsider. I don't quite know how this all works together, but I think we should probably clear the world that Milk sunk a kill to try to be clever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should kill me. I am the Klutz. I have been Ceranovus mad for 3 days. Seat 10 cannot be a minion, and seat 3 cannot be the minion, or I think a demon at this point, because there's a Ceranovus that's in play and still alive. So we should probably kill, I don't know, seat 6, which is the Ceranovus, or seat 7, who's claiming Barber, but is only a Barber in a Fangu world. Because I'm the Klutz. Also, we should kill me today so I can pick somebody who I know is definitely
good. Okay. Well, unfortunately, there's not enough votes on you for you to be executed, Mills.
Of course not.
But I'll let you make a nomination.
Probably nominate seat 11, unless they're Nodashi poison. Where would their Nodashi poison be? Can't be the Dreamer. It can't be the Artist if seat 10 is good and the Mathematician. So seat 11 can't be Nodashi poisoned. I know it's not Vigor. Seat 11's almost certainly the evil twin. That means that the good twin in seat 5 is probably Nodashi poisoned from somewhere. No, it can't be Nodashi poison because the Artist got good information. I still think seat 11's probably the evil twin in most worlds. Let's kill seat 11. I nominate seat 11. Let's just go for it. If they're not gonna,
they all look at you like you're crazy. They don't. If you're Ceranovus mad, why aren't you being executed? They say seat 11's probably the good one. Their information seems to check out, and no one votes with you on this.
All right.
Seat 2 nominates Seat 4 and says, I'm gonna come clean. I'm the snake charmer, not the mathematician. I'm comfortable going for Seat 5 as the evil twin today. I think a lot of worlds point that way. But Seat 4 has been very cagey, and they're a weird player. They might have sunk a kill to fake something. And maybe if Seat 5 is the twin, they could be the no dash poisoning Seat 6, and and Seat 3, and that explains why they both had bad information. I haven't checked them yet.
The player in Seat 3 is still claiming Flower Girl? Or still claiming
No, they're
Town
claiming
Crier?
Town Crier.
But they were seen as a Flower Girl?
Yeah, by the Dreamer in Seat 12. This gets enough votes. Seat 4 is executed and dies, despite Process claiming that they're the sage who just wanted to be killed in the night. We all go to sleep.
Should have marked that earlier.
All right. You wake up and you find that Seat. Oh, you're Sarah Novus Meta is the mathematician. All right. You wake up and you find Seat 9 is dead.
Okay. I'm mad again, everybody. Just so you know. Sarah Nova's mad. Cool.
Seat 7 says, I don't think you are, Milk. I think you're just evil. Let's kill you.
Okay.
Possibly a no dashy.
Yeah, let's kill me. I'm all for that. I'm a big fan of me dying. But since the storyteller doesn't seem to want to kill me right now, I guess I'll talk to a couple people real quick.
Yeah, you can have 2 conversations.
Let's talk to the Dreamer in Seat 12 again, please.
All right. They go, hey, how's it going, Milk?
Hey, so you dreamed me right on the first night. I am the Klutz. Sorry, I was hiding because of Sarah Novus mad. Do you mind telling me the rest of your dreams?
They go, sure, I dreamed Seat 3 as the Flower Girl or the No Dashi, so we killed them because they were trying to claim Town Crier. I dreamt Seat 7 as the Barber or the Witch, so I think they're just confirmed here because I don't think we have a witch in play.
Okay.
I then dreamed Seat 6 as the Oracle or the Witch, so I think they're also just confirmed. And last night I did dream Seat 2 as the Snake Charmer or the Vigor Mortis, so I do think this looks pretty bad for you, Milk.
Sure, let's kill me. I mean, I must be the pit hag from your perspective, right?
They go, yeah, that's the weird part.
Yeah, it's weird that your information doesn't seem to work, also. I mean, you got my role on the first night, but then you saw a Flower Girl or a Nodashi on a Town Crier who died and didn't end the game, and then you saw a Barber or Witch.
They go, of course, well, there's twins in play.
I see, yeah. And then you saw Barber or Witch on a player who probably not a Barber?
They go, they think they're confirmed by outsider count. No one believes you're mad, Milk. They think you're just lying. I think you are the pit egg and we should kill you.
I mean, you know the artist died last night, right?
Yeah.
So it's not... The twins aren't what's keeping the game going.
You could be the Vortox. You could have a pit egg somewhere who's done some stuff. I don't know. I don't know what you're up to, Milk. But I know you're evil.
Okie dokie. Let's kill me. It's the only way to be sure.
Well, today everyone decides they don't want a snake charm around, so they execute Seat 2.
Come on. I see where this is going. I see where this is going, Emma. I see where this is going.
That night, Seat 12 dies. And you're also made Sarah Novus mad as the mathematician.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Hey guys, the Sarah Novus is still alive.
As soon as you wake up, the storyteller says Milk is executed and dies for breaking Sarah Novus madness. So Milk, I need you to make a klutz pick now.
So Seat 6 is probably the demon. I mean, this is the Sarah Novus and the Vigor Mortis. This is the Sarah Novus and the demon. Maybe a Vigor Mortis. Yeah, it's a Vigor Mortis. One of these two players is the Vigor Mortis. One of these two players is the Sarah Novus. I just need to figure out which one is the demon.
You have 5 seconds to make your klutz pick. 5.
It's 4. It's Seat 5. I pick Seat 5.
All right, you pick Seat 5. The game doesn't end from that, but of course it does end because you refusing to play along with Sarah Novus Madness on 5 Alive with 2 twins and a demon means that you did have to be punished for that, and now it's impossible for good to win. Even though your Klutz pick didn't lose the game, breaking Saranova's madness did lose the game.
It is what it is. I mean, it was a very difficult situation. I don't think good wins in most of those worlds. No one listened to me for multiple days when we could have killed the evil twin, the demon, or the Saranovus. So that's on town,
Oh
not
no,
on me.
well, the Saranovus is dead.
Oh, the Saranovus is dead.
They were vigor killed night 1 because the Oracle, who was confirmed by the juggler.
Oh, so there's still a good player alive.
Yeah, but there's 4 alive going into the night. The Vigor Mortis in seat 7 is going to kill seat 6, the Oracle. It's going to be 2 twins and a Vigor Mortis.
Yeah, whatever. Wait, I mean, there's no way for me to not try to win. I mean, I was screwed no matter what there, right? Like, I can't just play. I can't
along with the madness, Milk. It was like the storyteller wanted you to play along with the madness.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, yeah, sure, but I mean, I'm trying to get town to win. Like,
yeah, well, you can't breaking madness on 5 with twins alive. That's not going to help town win, Milk.
I mean, I broke madness 3 days ago. It didn't matter if I played along with madness today or not.
You could have played along with madness today, but you said you weren't going to, so we just executed you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, whatever. I have to play. I have to play into the way I'm playing. Whatever. You know. If I were the storyteller, I wouldn't let me go back and pretend to be the mathematician at this point. No one believes it. So, I mean, we could disagree on the execution, but I was fully committed. I had already tried to get Town to try to win the game. Town didn't want to win.
One might say you were in a no-win scenario, Milk.
Yeah,
this was designed to make it impossible for you.
It's another Kobayashi Maru, but I was right.
How do you like it? How do you like Dem Apples?
I knew it was coming, Emma. I've been waiting for this. I knew it was coming. But I found the evil twin, found the demon in seat 7, and guessed it was a Vigor Mortis game.
You thought seat 6 was evil.
I thought seat 6 was the Saranovus.
The clockmaker number didn't work out. You should
the clockmaker number didn't work out.
Realized the clockmaker number didn't work out, and you could have learned they were definitely the Vigor killed Saranovus.
Yep, I could have figured that out, but I was busy trying to figure out the rest of the information. It's a lot, right? Sex and violence is a lot of information that gets thrown at you, and you're just trying to figure it out.
How do you like Dem Apples?
I like my certificates, Emma, which I will be cashing in next week in Las Vegas, at least in part.
All right, we're going to switch over to our next scenario, which I'm sure will not be a petty revenge sequence.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first scenario there, my losing effort. But you always keep trying until you win or lose, whatever stuff happens. Let's do the evil scenario. Emma, I'm going to tell you a little story, and this story is going to start with you as the Saranovus and end with you as the demon. So, if you don't mind, although we usually do all this from in here so they can see our lovely smiling faces, let's go to the Grim. All right, Emma, you are the starting Saranovus, and in this game, seat 7 is your demon, the starting Fangu. And next to them in seat 8 is your other minion, the Pit Hag. A whole bunch of things happen in this game. On day 1, during the nominations phase, the player in seat 12 says, "Hey everybody, I just want you all to know I'm the artist, and I used my artist question to make certain that this is not a Vortox game." The artist in seat 12 says, "I have confirmed that this game is not a Vortox game. We're not playing a Vortox game." In addition, some players juggle. A number of players juggle. But notably, most of the juggles seem quite silly. Most of the juggles are players juggling other players as evil roles. For example, the player in seat 5 juggles a number of players in seat 6 through seat 10, as the Fangu. The player in seat 4 juggles the players in seat 3 through seat 11, or seat 11 through seat 3 as the Nodashi. The player in seat 10 juggles the players in seat 1 through seat 5 as the Pit Hag. The player in seat 9 juggles the players in seat 10 through seat 2 as the Vigor Mortis. And this goes on with several other players claiming to be the juggler and juggling various different things. Eventually, Town decides that it could still be a Vortox game, even though the artist is claiming it's not a Vortox game. And so the Town decides to execute the player in seat 9. The player in seat 9 claims Klutz and selects the player in seat 6. And the game does not end. That night, you're asked to select a player and a roll to make mad. You make someone mad as something. In this moment, it's not going to be specifically relevant, but you would have made 2 Serenovus picks. Is there anything in particular you would like to do with your Serenovus picks, Emma?
Not really. Whatever. If it's not relevant, it's not relevant. We can...
It's not particularly relevant, unless you need to use it later, in which case we can come back to it. So,
what were the bluffs?
Oh, sure. The bluffs you were given were Philosopher, Snake Charmer, and Town Crier. The demon has decided to take Philosopher. The Pit Hag is going to take whichever of the other 2 bluffs you don't want.
Okay, I'll take Town Crier.
All right, you're going to take Town Crier. Well, in the night, the player in seat 7 dies, which means that your Fangu has jumped somewhere else on the board. During day 2, you manage to get a chat in with the player in seat 8, the Pit Hag, who says, hey, just so you know, the player in seat 2 is now the Fangu.
Right.
They were the starting mutant. So I'll add that to the Grim for everybody. During the day, you have chats with a couple of other people, including the player in seat 11, who claims to be the mathematician. Where's the mathematician? There they are. Who claims to be the mathematician, who got a 0 on night 1, and who got a 0 on night 2. And you also had the opportunity to speak with the player in seat 5, who claims to have been the juggler, who juggled the players between seat 6 and seat 10 as the Fangu, and got a 1 on their juggle. And you know that's true because the player in seat 7 was in fact the Fangu. That day, Town, concerned about the possibility of the Fangu jump, because the player in seat 7 died, and the juggler, of course, juggled them as the Fangu. Town executes the player in seat 1, who was believed to be the Sweetheart, had apparently been dreamed as the Sweetheart by some player somewhere. So that player is executed and dies. That night, you are again asked to make a Serenovus pick. And following your Serenovus pick, the storyteller goes away for a little while, or maybe I've got the night order wrong. I think Serenovus goes before Pit Hag. Yep, they do. And following that, the storyteller returns to you and says, Emma, you are now the Nodashi. You are evil. The following morning, you wake up to find the player in seat 2 has died, and the player in seat 10 has died. So you are now the Nodashi, and I would like to know who you would like to talk to and how you would like to navigate this game.
This is, of course, a very strange pit hagging. Like, if they're hunting for outsiders and Fangus, like, I don't know if there was conversation about C2 being an outsider who could have been jumped to. But it seems odd.
Okay, fair enough.
I would have rather become the snake charmer here tonight, I think, than the Nodashi, but it's fine. We accelerate the game a little bit. The Nodashi's vulnerability is it becomes easy to track, particularly with seat 11 claiming mathematician. But I should figure out what seat 4 and 6 are claiming, because those are important. And seat 6 is Klutz confirmed and not dead yet, which is really incompetent, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, your team has made some mistakes, and unfortunately, you've just ended up in a pretty rough situation. That happens sometimes. Players make
well, I'm going to go
make
talk
errors.
to seat 6, because seat 6 apparently is the confirmed good player, so I should be world building with them.
Yeah, you should. Hey Emma. So in case you haven't got the information, basically the player in seat 5, the juggler, juggled a bunch of people as the Fangu, and one of those players died on night 2. I'm the Oracle, and I got a 1 when that player died, and I got a 2 last night.
Oh, fun. So one of seat 2 and seat 10 was probably the jump?
Yeah, it seems likely, and the pit hag probably turned themselves into a new demon. I'm thinking maybe a Vortox. Well, I guess no, because my information's good. So maybe a Nodashi somewhere.
Or Vigor Mortis.
They could have made Vigor. Vigor's a good thing to make pretty late in the game, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Doesn't affect the outsider count. It's pretty strong.
Okay.
I think all the outsiders are probably dead now. Yeah.
Probably. Sorry, I'm tired for some reason. Well,
No,
thank you,
don't worry
seat
about it.
6.
It's been a long game. We're several days into this game now.
Mm-hmm. I tell them, of course, that I'm the town crier.
Oh, okay, great.
My information indicates seat 8 is a minion.
Your information indicates that seat 8 is a minion. Your information will be made up anyway, but it's likely that you throw the minion under the bus at this point regardless. You may not have shared your information up to this point. It doesn't really matter for our purposes, I think, what the bluff.
Let's talk to seat 4 now.
Yeah, let's go talk to seat 4. Hey, Emma.
Hey, what's up?
I think we're probably late enough in this game now, and enough has happened. I am the flower girl, and I was able to track a vote onto the player in seat 7 with a yes. They were among my flower girl yes information early in the game. So yeah, I think that probably suggests that they are. I think that probably suggests that they were the starting Fangu. Everybody kind of seems to think that they're the starting Fangu. The information adds up, which means probably seat 10 or seat 2 was maybe the jump. The pit hag changed himself. Seems pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little bit interesting. Like the player in seat 12, like them just coming out with not Vortox was pretty interesting, kind of early. I'm not sure about that. Also, there's a mathematician with zeros I've heard of.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm not sure where we should go. What about you? What's your info suggest?
Town crier. It's just seat 8 is probably a minion.
Well, that was before the change, right?
Before the change. Seat 11 was also a minion candidate before the change.
Seat 11 and seat 8 are minion candidates. Okay, that sounds reasonable. That makes a lot of sense. We could kill one of them today. I think that's probably the best thing because it could be a pit hag that made themselves or another minion into new demon.
Yeah, and I don't have a read. I don't have a read one way or another on C12. They could be a minion or not be a minion.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. So you go back to town. Those are basically everybody you kind of have needed to talk to, unless you want to coordinate with 8. But I doubt that you want to talk to them.
No, I want to push on seat 11 and seat 8 and try to get one of them executed today.
Okay. Who do you want to make a nomination?
I'm gonna nominate. I would like seat 11 to be executed, obviously, because we need that math number to go away.
Okay.
But so I'm gonna let other people nominate and see what happens, and then try to come with a late push on seat 11.
All right. I'll say that seat 11 says it seems like I'm suspicious for some various different reasons. So I'm suspicious along with seat 8, so I'm going to nominate seat 8. So seat 11 nominates seat 8. And basically the accusation is I think they might be the pit hag that turned themselves into the demon. And of course seat 8 says it's not me. I'm just the snake charmer. I've cleared a couple of players. You know, but I'm not going to give that information out, obviously. Seat 11 is just pushing on me because I'm a little bit suspicious because I was double claiming some other roles earlier in the game. So I'll say that seat 1 does vote on this. Do you vote on it?
No, I'm not going to vote on this. See what happens.
Okay. We'll say that the seat 4 votes on it, but seat 5 and 6 don't. And we'll say that seat 6 votes on seat 11, or nominates seat 11, and says we're probably going to have to kill both of them. So if we can't get enough on seat 8, we might as well kill seat 11.
Yeah, I thought that felt like a very self-serving and snap nom from seat 11, so I think I'd rather kill seat 11 first.
Okay. So I'm just going to say that enough votes get put on this, and seat 11 gets killed. Seat 11 is executed and dies, and everybody goes to sleep. And
right,
the
we're
story.
killing seat 6 in the night because they should have been dead a while ago.
Yep. So the storyteller comes to you and gets your pick. And then the next. Oops, that's not right. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. None of that is what I wanted to do. And then the next day, everyone wakes up, and the player in seat 5 says, "Hey everybody, I just want to let you know I have been pit hagged last night. So the pit hag is still around, which means that the other minion was turned into the demon, and seat 11 was not evil. So just want everybody to know I'm now I was pit hagged last night."
There I go. Then let's just kill seat 8. They're almost certainly the pit hag.
Yep. Are you going to
We
nominate
don't
that?
need a pit. Yeah, I'll nominate that.
All right. You nominate seat 8, and everybody votes, of course, and seat 8 is executed and dies, and everybody goes to sleep. It's fairly straightforward, I think. Who do you want to kill?
Seat 5.
Okay, you kill seat 5. And would you like to swap anyone?
Oh, there's a barber now?
Yes, they were turned into the barber.
No, there's absolutely no reason to swap.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no reason to do any swaps here.
Yep. When you wake up, the player in seat 5 says, "Hey, just everybody wanted to let you know, I was the barber, and so the evil team may have swapped last night. I'm not sure exactly who the evil team is at this point."
I think everyone evil is dead. I think seat 12 is probably the demon. They've been avoiding nominating. They asked a weird Vortex question for no particular reason day 1 without really offering themselves up for execution. I'm guessing they're the starting Sarah Novus. And they were pit egged into the demon. That's where my vote's going today. I trust seat 4 implicitly.
Yep. A couple of people come out, of course, having been Sarah Novus mad at various points in the game. But I think seat 4 probably nominates this, or your seat 4 nominates this, and I imagine you can probably muster some votes. We don't really know how that goes because of socials, but we thought we would do a quick kind of look at what happens when things go wrong and you get changed into a different demon, or you become the demon late in the game. Yeah, something a little different.
Yeah, and that was a weak pit hag demon change. I would not have advised it.
Yeah, I mean, they might have made a vigor mortis. They might have left it for another day.
Yeah, there was good reasons to execute seat 10. If we really thought seat 2 was at risk, it probably made more sense to make me the snake charmer. So
seat 10's the dreamer, by the way. I mentioned the dreamer.
I knew that.
Didn't put it on there for everybody.
Yeah, you mentioned a dream earlier, and that was just where I fit on the grim.
Yep.
So I could snake charm T2 rather than do the pit hag demon change, which is more obvious and telling. The pit hag in seat 5 into the barber when they were almost certainly going to be executed the next day. Completely useless for our team. In fact, aggressively bad for our team. Don't do that. If you know you're about to be executed and there's wondering, one of the things the good team is wondering is whether there's pit hag around. Don't just create a useless barber.
Yeah, right. I mean, I wanted to simulate a situation where things were just not going the way that I knew that you would want them to go, right? That you've got another player who's doing things but isn't sure what to do all the time, and turns you into maybe not the right demon, or turns you into not the right demon at the wrong time, or confirms that there's still two evils alive, or confirms that the pit hag is still alive, right? There's a lot of problematic information there. And maybe socially this goes a different way. It's really hard to tell. But I think the important thing that Emma demonstrates here is you don't, just because stuff's going badly, you don't just kind of give up and go, oh well, we're screwed. I've got to kill my other minion, and you have to keep figuring stuff out. You have to keep moving forward.
Okay. Yeah, well, this was an interesting take on one of our scenarios, and it was fun. Anyway, friends, we'll see you in Las Vegas next week.
Not
tomorrow.
next week. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm sorry, it's very late. We should not have recorded this late. I want to be in bed right now. I am tired. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
May your scenario stay good and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to sleep.